Just about 10 to 7, the Milwaukee Ballet is about to become the first major local arts group to begin inviting larger audiences back inside the theater. The global arts community is watching. This is not happening in most places, and everyone wants to see how they're going to do it and whether it works out. We will not know the answer to that second question for some time, but in my exclusive access to a dress rehearsal this week, I do have the answer to the first.
We'll be beginning our dress rehearsal this morning.
For dancers at the Milwaukee Ballet, dress rehearsal might once have felt routine. Not today.
This program features all of us in a very specific ways and our strengths, so it's just very, very cool. And it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been almost, I think, a year since we last performed at the Pabst Theater, and so it's just it's a very magical experience.
The magic comes from performing before a live audience, which the ballet will do to a crowd of about 50 patrons for the first time since the pandemic shutdown. It will be here at the ballet's Third Ward Studios.
There's nothing more pleasing than to know you're entertaining other people and you're giving them something that they cherish.
Artistic director Michael Pink has adapted health protocol and the art form itself. Are there things that will change forever about how you rehearse or about how we attend live performances?
The return will be a slow and methodical one, and we know that we have to take baby steps. So, for example, we are now producing performances that are probably just 1 hour in length. There will be no intermission, so our audiences won't have to leave the space.
And the masks, not only for patrons, but special order surgical masks for the dancers. A new challenge in one of art's most physically demanding forms.
As a dancers, from a very young age, we're kind of instilled to make everything look easy and effortless. And so I think that's just part of it. We just got used to it after a while.
The challenge was, what, visually, athletically?
Athletically and visually, it was just a challenge overall.
A challenge indeed, but so worth it for these performers. What's happening here right now is happening almost nowhere else.
I keep getting messages from all over, asking me, how are you guys doing it? How many people are going to be watching? I mean, how are you doing the online streaming? And I saw that a couple of companies have followed in our steps. They're starting to do the online streaming. And
so it's not an overstatement to say you are leading the world in some of the things that you've brought in this return to performing.
Yeah, it's definitely not an overstatement. Yeah, we're definitely the leaders of the pack right now at this point.
How will you communicate with others in the community about what's worked, what didn't work, how we should move forward together?
Vince, there are always benefits to extreme situations, and one of the great benefits of this has been the increased communication between all arts groups, not just locally, but nationally.
The Milwaukee Ballet knows the world is watching and hoping they get it right. They will share how they did it, just as they share their gratitude for the opportunity.
We're so grateful to everybody who continues to support us, but for the future, perhaps we will increase our audience attendance and people will begin to realize the value of supporting the United Performing Arts Fund, supporting all of us, because this is our community, this is our city, and this is what will elevate and lift us all through this.
If things go well at the ballet and with city health codes and the virus, the hope is that they can be back in the Marcus Performing Arts Center in June. And Susan, everybody wants to know about Nutcracker, right? The Milwaukee tradition. Yes. I did ask Michael Pink about that. He says he is optimistic, not promising, that they could be full show, full capacity this holiday season. So if you want to hear more about his answer to my question on that, or get ticket information to this upcoming show, To the Point, you can look for this story on our website, tmj4.com.
And fascinating, Vince, they talk about how the Milwaukee Ballet is leading the world. What are they hearing from their friends and partners in other parts of the country?
Yeah, Itzel says she has friends in Europe, she has friends all over the country, and she said they are shocked that they are even back in their facility rehearsing in any capacity, much less being able to perform before an audience. So just like I asked her, it's not an overstatement to say they're leading the world right now in the arts community.
Fascinating.